Hello and welcome to my incredibly awesome guide about how to make sure that you don't mess things up in Minecraft. I like to make sure that I have every single block I could possibly need early on. So what I do is, because some of the blocks I like are kind of weird, like I like bone blocks a lot for some reason, first I take the seed, and the seed that I have is floppy titties.
Rise from your grave.
Here we see a wild Joseph working diligently on his code and writing down a list of things that he has to do. He then takes his 150 different medicines to balance himself out, to lose weight and to gain weight, and to see Elvis Presley in the fridge. He then looks at his list, looks at what he needs to work on, and then he moves the hell on before losing his
Today is the fourth day into my rebooted project, thank you Game Maker. And here are the current problems that need to be solved. Well, some of them are problems, some of them are new ideas. Well, new ideas in the sense I haven't done them yet. Okay, fix player offset origin. I'm doing that right now. Make debug camera to test the monster taking the camera, meaning that I press a button and then it zips to a monster and then it zips back to me after a certain amount of time. I'm not certain how I'm going to set that part up. Make a pause menu with internal logic. Make the pause menu appear, item database. I might want to switch those, make item database first and then make the menu appear by pressing a button. Most likely the enter button. And then for like Xbox it'd be like the start button. Then I'm gonna have to program the keys and the lock doors, and then we'll have like a very simple game. Like we're talking like Atari 2600 or no, Atari 2600. Which is good. I'm not even going to focus on creating lighting yet. I'm going to nail down the player's movement and control, and then like some basic shit. Something I actually want to do is, let's see here. So like right now I have the cardinal directions, north, south, east, and west, but I want to add 4 new sprites, which is going to increase my workload a lot. Right now, north, south, east, and west already has 74 sprites. I think 74, 73, 76, I don't fucking care. We want diagonal sprites, and then diagonal movement. Yeah, I know that's not how you spell movement. I'm shorthanding it. The reason why is because right now, when you play the game, it has, it's moving almost exactly how I want it to. Sorry, having the music playing in the background while watching my character move across the smoothie field is really cool. So, when Link in his games moves around, it is up, down, left, and right, and there is no diagonal movement. The problem is those are adventure games with very cutesy elements, and, to create a more, personal feel, and also to give it a more, oh god, I can't believe I'm actually saying this, to give it more of a challenge to make, adding a directional movement sounds pretty fun. God, I'm stupid. It's okay though. I have vitamins, and I have food. Let's do this shit. Might be difficult to see exactly what has changed, but the object for the collision, which is represented by the red box behind the player character, is now perfectly aligned with the animations being played for the player. This will be good in the future because now I can do crazier animations, like, for example, from Humongous Entertainment's Pajama Sam. The expressions in those games are really fun. There's also some expressions in Freddy Fish that I like. I do not like the Coyote. To you, nothing has happened. But I have made the modular code that can now be used to switch things up a bit. I haven't created the object that will help it work, but I wanted to do a quick little video explanation of something I want to happen. Right here and right here, I would like there to be some kind of code or box, like something that you collide with. Like you touch this, like maybe like right here in the middle, and then what happens is while you're playing in this room, your view is locked to this room. You can't see on the other side, unless like I say that it's okay. Then the moment that you approach here, the camera allows you to shift. Like you're allowed to go from, like the camera will be locked until like right about here, and then the camera will be unlocked, but still zoomed into a very specific angle, like zoomed in, only showing you this and not this. So it still shows you this. Then you come into this room, and the camera will adjust its size for the size of the room. Then you're able to play within the confines of this room, and then once you do the collision again, the collision is like locked to this room. Now, if you notice there's a window here, I want you to be able to like press a button while interacting with it, and then like it goes like this, showing you the other side of the room with the player still on the screen. Then you leave, and then it goes back to this. There's going to be like moments like that all the time. And then another example of what I'm wanting to happen is, let's say the key is the monster, right? The camera is following the player. Oh, but then the monster appears on the screen. Roar! And then it goes back, and then you're like, oh, fuck, I gotta get out of here! I had a brilliant idea. It is a very simple way to get exactly what I want done. So the walls in the game are solid because they have solid blocks placed on top of them, making them solid. This will allow me to make things like secret wall rooms and shit like that in the future, as well as just being kind of super controlling with exactly how everything looks. The same collision, if I program it a very specific way, could work for the camera. So what would happen is, let's say this is the room, right? And this represents the camera collision. So the moment that the player touches the camera collision, like, here's the player not touching it, here's the player touching it, everything zooms to fit exactly where it needs. And I can program like a few different versions of this, like a red one, a green one, a blue one, and they all have like different zooms and things like that. And this will also allow me to make like a hazardous one that makes the camera turn slightly green or something. I don't know, like crazy shit like that. Looks like this right now. The idea is that while the player is within these bounding boxes, it locks to that bounding box. Then, the moment that the player collides with this, it enters into a transitional phase where it zooms in. Then, once it reaches here, it zooms back out, but then only to show the confines of the current camera being shown. This will happen for every single room in the game unless I tell it otherwise. Hopefully, this will not conflict with monsters appearing, switches being pulled, and showing you secrets and stuff. I have a pet peeve in games where if I press a button and then like it shows me where it like unlocks a thing. But the thing is, like, the reason why I'm irritated about stuff like that is, like, let's say we're in my room, right? And the fan's not on. Now, within the confines of the game, the fan is constantly in view, right? So that's because, like, top down shit, right? So you flick a switch, the camera's like, oh my god, look at the fucking fan. And then you flip a switch, and oh my god, look at the fucking fan. I won't do shit like that. The idea is, like, let's say we're in my room, right? We're game designing, we're in my room, but we need to flip a switch to open a door. I flip a switch, and because we're in this room, the camera is then dragged all the way to the door, click, and then whoosh, right back. Barely even a fucking thought. I might not do that later on in the game. I'll do that at the start of the game with very specific things because I want to show you what things do and how they work. But at a certain point, you are going to have to keep track of shit. So it'll happen like maybe 4 times in this area, and then maybe 2 times in the next area, and then 1 time in the next area, 0 times after that. You flip a switch, you hear a sound, and the sound sounds like maybe a shelf moving or something. You have to then infer what that sound could possibly mean, and then you go find it. Because, like, the world doesn't do this, where you flip a switch, and then it shows you what the fuck it did. But this is a game, and I need to teach you how to play it while you're playing it. Originally, I set the origin for the middle, and now I set it to top left, which is normal for this. Problem is that the room isn't in the middle. I think it's because we're not zoomed in. Yeah, I'm pretty certain of it, actually. Like, the idea is that it zooms to fit, and it's not. So I need to figure that out. Who wants to stick things in my asshole? 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 It should be so simple, but my god, is this really freaking hard? I mean, like, holy shit.
Went to college!
I'm freaking hungry.